good. Okay, so I haven't seen, I think Thomasina's also registered, but she hasn't arrived yet. So we might as well start with yours. So let's go for the self-esteem thing, the nurturing yourself. So you got that. So your cat went missing.
Yes.
And I saw you have another cat there. I saw a cat in the video earlier. So the
no, black and white. Yeah, that one's 21 years old now.
Ah, lovely. But that doesn't do it for you. You need it was the little one that you feel you need.
The little female cat.
Right. Okay. And what is it about her that you can't let go of?
I feel like I betrayed her.
Very good.
Because prior to having her, I had a magnificent, very small, petite, grey Persian cat.
Lovely.
And he was just, when I saw him advertised in the paper, on the internet, I just thought, this is my cat.
Oh.
And I had a name for him when I went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was that I saw him, and I couldn't wait for 9 o'clock the next morning. And I phoned the woman and I said, is he still available? And she said, yes. And it was all this hullabaloo to get him from Johannesburg to Cape Town. So he came by air. And it was like a soul connection. I don't know how else to put it. It sounds ridiculous, but that's what it felt like. It felt like we were connected on some other level.
Right.
And when my son was going through really serious depression, that cat would go to his bedroom every day.
Aww.
And Sebastian would be lying on the bed, and that cat would come on his chest and do this thing, and then lie next to him.
Oh,
then 2 years ago, my husband broke his leg really badly in a stupid motorbike accident, and that cat went and lay with him on the bed. And he was just really special. He had and very independent. He'd go out every night. Sometimes he'd be seen, like 2 blocks away, just mooching across the road. He wasn't fazed by other cats. He'd avoid them, but he wouldn't get involved in fights or anything like that. He was just like a real old soul.
Yeah.
And he had a heart condition, which was picked up when he was about 2 or 3. He had to go and have an operation in his stomach because he had a blockage. And then they said, but don't worry about it. It's probably not going to be anything. But in the last 2 years, 1.5, 2 years, year of his life, they actually wanted to euthanize him because he'd had to have another operation in his stomach. And then they said that his heart was actually, they did an x-ray on his heart and was very enlarged, which is something that it's a congenital thing apparently with Persians.
Right.
And so then he died. He didn't die, but he was dying. And so I couldn't take him to the vet. My husband took him to the vet.
Right.
And that was just so sad. I was just really broke, really, really upset about that. Yeah. And then I thought, I'll never get another cat again. But then there was this void in my life. I suppose that's what I need to address, actually, is the void in my life.
Yes.
And so after, how long? December, January, February, March. 6 months later, I thought, I'll just look and see what there is. And then I saw this little kitty. She had some siblings, but there was just something about her and just a look in her little face that it didn't grab me like my other cat did, but it was just like, whoa. There was something that I related to. So I phoned up the woman and she sent me more pictures and I said, that's the one that I want. And I got her just after my birthday, the day after my birthday, actually. So it was because I had to pay for her. It was my birthday present to me.
Yeah.
And I was very conscious of this thing of her filling the Percy gap. That other kitty's name was Percy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was also quite enamored by her because of her incredible energy, and she had these funny little legs that looked like bandy legs that made her look like a real little tomboy, and she just became this incredibly characterful cat that I fell in love with her without realizing that I had. I don't know how. And it was only when my son and I had gone away on the Tuesday and we were going to come back on the Saturday, and my husband was at home in the evenings and in the morning, you know, obviously during the night. So he was feeding the cats, and I felt a little bit bad about leaving her, but I really wanted to go on this little trip with my son. And so I apologized to her and I went. And then we came back on the Saturday and I was so excited to see her because while I was away from her, I just realized there was this click.
Right.
And I came back and my husband said, no, she's been missing since Thursday.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at that gap, first of all. So when you said, so after Percy died and you realized there was this gap in your life, so when else have you felt a gap in your life as a child?
As a child?
Preferably as a child, yeah.
I think I've had a gap in my life my whole life, to be quite honest.
Very good.
Just feeling of needing to be connected because
that's it.
My sister and I were separated from my parents. We lived about 500 miles away from them during the school terms, and then we'd only go home for the school holidays. So there was this feeling of not really knowing my parents.
There you go.
Not being very comfortable with my grandmother. Comfortable enough, but that you know, it wasn't home. So there was sort of like this no root.
Yes.
Really.
Very good.
It was, yeah. But yes, there was. But it was just sort of the roots kept being pulled out.
Moved, yeah. Transplanted.
And then I had, I only realized it once when my son went to school and he had all this dyslexia and attention problems and everything like that. I had exactly the same thing at school. So I was just sort of like, constantly told I can be better and I'm so lazy and this whole thing, you know, like I'm just not,
there you go,
you know, I'm not doing my best. I'm just not good enough the way that I am.
Very good. Okay.
And I've got so much potential. I could be this and I could be that, but you know, like you're just not getting there because you're just so lazy and whatever.
Very good. Okay, so that's where it all is. That's where we need to go. So let's go back to, so what's your worst memory of being away from your parents? If you have one.
I actually don't even know. I've been there so many times and you know, like with normal EFT and with FasterEFT.
Okay.
And
so let's do this. Sorry?
I don't really know, but it's quite interesting because with my husband, he's like, you know, I just want you to be happy, but, you know, don't come and bother me. You know, like I can't help you be happy. You know, I just want you to be happy, but keep all your shit to yourself.
Right. Yes. I know what you mean. Okay, very good. So let's go to, so that's, so what was your relationship like with your mum and dad as a child? So I know you weren't living with them most of the time.
Distant. We were never, they never held us and said, I love you or anything like that. And this this is quite interesting because this just came up when, oh gosh, I must have been about 4, but I remember it. My parents came home with 2 kittens, a little colored fluffy kitty and a little white fluffy kitty. And I went for the white fluffy kitty. He was deaf.
Right.
And this cat and I became like this. And I could do anything with this cat. I could drape him around my neck like a scarf. I could put him around my waist like a, you know, like hold him obviously, but like a waist pack or whatever. And he was just the most amazing cat. But when we got them, I was holding this cat and just holding it so close. It was almost like it just wasn't enough, and I would kiss it. And my dad commented, I don't know what he said, but I felt like he was disgusted that I was sort of like schmoozy over this cat. It just creeped, you know, like that it made him feel creeped out or whatever. I don't know.
Yes, very good. So number 1, about how old were you then?
About 4.
About 4. And what was the name of the cat? The little white fluffy one?
Snow.
Snow. Okay. So let's do that, because that, so first of all, let me just show you the links that I'm seeing.
Yes.
So the cat theme, of course, there's a huge link there. So at 4 years old, your brain made a connection between kitty and love and connection and I'm needed and I'm useful. And then obviously the reaction of your dad, that's linked to that as well. And then when Percy died, there was that big missing gap, and it's not Percy, it's Snow. Because Snow was the first one. Snow was where you learned to attach your self-worth to the kitty. Does that make sense? And then, of course,
and maybe it's not really the self-worth. It's that soft love. I don't know what it's like. Complete and utter unconditional love.
Yes, and you got it from the kitty because you weren't getting it from your parents.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we want to do, the end result we want, is to flip this memory so that the love is coming from your parents. You've got the kitty, and the kitty's lovely, but you're getting that love from your father and your mother. Yeah. So instead of your father being creeped out by it, it's him that's giving you that love.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what we want to get to. So let's do this. So have you got a happy, peaceful memory that's not connected to the cats?
Yeah, it's sort of like quite a fun one, but it was just sort of like, I wouldn't say it's peaceful, but it was just sort of like empowering.
Very good. Okay. And let's have a name for it. What's the name? Just so that you know what it is.
Trapped by the sea.
Sorry?
Trapped by the sea.
Okay, very good. All right. Sounds very peaceful.
It was hysterical.
That's good.
But it was also like so empowering because
very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a long story behind that too.
All right. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and let's go to that memory now. Trapped by the sea, and the fun and the empowerment of that. Feel how empowering that is. See what you saw, feel what you felt, hear what you heard. You got that?
It was pretty scary too.
Okay.
It's such a good memory, but that's it's just like, yeah, okay.
So the moment of the moment where it felt empowering, go to just that moment.
Yeah.
You got that?
Yeah.
And is it a nice feeling?
Oh yeah.
Very good. Now grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Very good. All right. Now I want you to go to when you were 4 years old. And I want you to go to the moment when you got Snow.
Yeah.
And how lovely that was, that feeling of cuddling Snow. And how much she loved you and how much you loved her. And now I want you to look at your dad in the memory. And hear him say that what he said, whatever he said there about the connection between you and Snow. You got that?
Not coming yet.
Okay. So as
things go and hide.
That's okay. That's okay. We know they're there, and it doesn't have to be in the forefront.
It's more I see this disapproval, and I'm going, ooh, this is bad.
Very good. So notice that. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, now take your focus off it, and I want you to focus on blue penguins on a trampoline. And tap between your eyes. I release and let this go.
I release and let this go.
Beside your eye, it's okay to let it all go now.
It's okay to let it all go now.
Under your eye, it's over now.
It's over now.
It's no longer happening.
It's no longer happening.
It's no longer real.
It's no longer real.
On your collarbone, he had his problems.
He had his problems.
And I'm letting go of mine now.
And I'm letting go of mine now.
And I'm safe.
And I'm safe.
Very good. Grab your wrist. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace.
Peace.
Good job. All right, let's go back there. So 4 years old, you've got snow. Look at your dad's face. And is the disgust and all of those emotions still there? Is it still the same, or has it changed?
It's changed a little bit.
Good. So notice.
But the thing that's come, he's sort of almost gone frozen in a way. But I feel like I have to protect Snow from him.
Very good. Notice that feeling of having to protect Snow from him. You got that?
Protect me, but I'm protecting Snow.
Good job. Good job. So notice all of that. You got it?
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the trampoline with the 4 blue penguins on the trampoline, and tap between your eyes. I release and let that all go now.
I release and let that all go now.
Beside your eye, it's a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Under your eye, it's over now.
It's over now.
He had his problems.
He had his problems.
I'm letting go of mine now.
And I'm letting go of mine now.
Your collarbone's safe to let it all go.
It's safe to let it all go.
Good. Grab your wrist. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace. Good job. All right, let's check again. Go back to that memory and that feeling of having to protect Snow and all of that there. Is that still the same, or has it changed?
No, instead of me going away from him, I'm more like this with him. And, I've got Snow and my dad's over here, and I'm more, instead of being like this, I'm more this way.
Good job. So look at your dad's face. What's the expression on his face right now?
It's blank.
Okay, good. Notice the blank look.
Yeah.
Good. Notice that. You got it. And I'll take a focus off it. Back to the trampoline. 2 ostriches have joined the 4 penguins on the trampoline. And tap between your eyes. I release and let this all go now.
I release and let it all go now.
Beside your eye, he loved me.
He loved me.
The best way he knew how.
The best way he knew how.
Under your eye, he loved me.
He loved me.
The same way he loved himself.
The same way he loved himself.
Good job. On your collarbone, it's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Very good. Deep. Grab your wrist. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace. Very good. And let's check again. So go back to that memory and have a look at your dad's face. What's the expression on his face now?
It's weird because now he's got quite an angry look on his face.
Good job. Notice the anger. You got it?
Yeah.
And take your focus off it. Back to the trampoline with the 2 ostriches and 4 blue penguins. And tap between your eyes. I release and let that go.
I release and let that go.
I let go of his anger.
I let go of his anger.
Beside your eye, let go of my anger.
I let go of my anger.
Your eye, it's safe to let it all go now.
It's safe to let it all go now.
On your collarbone, I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Good. Grab your wrist. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace.
Peace.
Good job. And let's go back again. Let's check that memory and have a look at your dad's face. What's the expression on his face now?
There's almost a fear.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of almost like a fear.
Good job. Notice.
And I'm, as a little girl, I'm sort of like a bit concerned about him and confused as to what this response is all about.
Very good. Notice the fear, notice your response, and now take your focus off it. We're going back to the trampoline. Now the ostriches and penguins have gone, and there's just 2 little budgies on the trampoline trying to jump, but they're having trouble because they're too light to jump. Tap between your eyes. I release and let go of all the fear.
I release and let go of all the fear.
I let go of his fear.
I let go of his fear.
I let go of my fear.
I let go of my fear.
Beside your eye, it's safe to let it all go now.
It's safe to let it all go now.
Under your eye, I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
On your collarbone, I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Good job. And let's check again. Go back to that memory. And what's the expression on your dad's face now?
Sort of sadness.
Good. Notice the sadness. You got it?
Yeah.
And back to the trampoline, and those two poor little budgies trying to jump, and they're getting out of breath now because they're trying so hard, but they're too light. Tap between your eyes. I release and let go of all the sadness.
I release and let go of all the sadness.
Beside your eye, it's okay to let go of the sadness now.
It's okay to let go of the sadness now.
I let go of his sadness.
I let go of his sadness.
I let go of my sadness.
I let go of my sadness.
Under your eye, safe to let it all go.
It's safe to let it all go.
On your collarbone, I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
And I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Good job. Let's go back. So look at your dad's face in that memory now. What's the expression on his face now?
It's like he wants to come and give me love.
Very good.
On me.
Good job. Invite him over.
The sadness comes that he's screwed up a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Very good. Let's do so come out of your body, go into his body, and look at you through his eyes. And what is he thinking and feeling as he looks at his little girl?
Love.
Very good. All right. So come out of his body. Invite
That
him.
he actually can't. He feels his own limitations to be able to love the way that I am showing love to this cat.
Very good. So notice those limitations. Notice that feeling of limitation. You got it?
Yeah.
And back to the trampoline. Okay, so now the two budgies have invited a whole bunch of their friends because they figure if there's more of them, maybe they'll have enough weight to actually jump on the trampoline. So there's now 20 budgies on the trampoline, all jumping together. And tap between your eyes. I release and let this go.
I release and let this go.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Wherever it comes from.
Wherever it comes from.
I release and let it go now.
I release and let it go now.
Beside your eye, whatever this limitation is.
Whatever this limitation is.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
And everything that's supporting it.
And everything that's supporting it.
It's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
Under your eye, I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
On your collarbone, I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
And I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Good job. And let's check again. So go back to, so you look at your dad's face, and what's the expression on his face now?
It's soft.
Very good. And invite him over to you, and will he come?
Not yet.
Okay. Notice
Not
what's...
easily. No, there's like hesitation.
Good. Notice that hesitation. You got it?
Yeah.
And tap between your eyes. I release and let go of that hesitation.
I release and let go of that hesitation.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
It's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
Beside your eye, I let go of his hesitation.
I let go of his hesitation.
Let go of my hesitation.
I let go of my hesitation.
Under your eye, it's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
On your collarbone, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Good job. And check again. So invite your dad over to you. And is he able to come now?
Hesitantly. He is, but it's still...
There's a little bit of hesitance left.
It feels unnatural for him.
Very good. Notice that feeling of unnaturalness. You got it?
Yes.
Good. And take your focus off it. And we're going back to the trampoline, and these budgies have got a real good bounce going now because there's 20 of them. They're managing to just dent the trampoline a little bit. Tap between your eyes. I release and let go of that hesitation.
I release and let go of that hesitation.
Beside your eye, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
It's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
Under your eye, I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
On your collarbone, it's safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
Between your eyes, it's safe to see things differently now.
It's safe to see things differently now.
Beside your eye, it's safe to be happy.
It's safe to be happy.
Under your eye, it's safe to be safe.
It's safe to be safe.
On your collarbone, and I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace.
Peace.
Good job. And let's check again. So invite your dad over to you, and is he able to come yet?
Yeah, he's still feeling a little bit awkward.
Good.
It's almost as though he doesn't want me to ask him. He wants to be able to just naturally do it himself without me asking him to do it.
Okay, very good. So notice that. Notice that feeling, that awkwardness, and that wanting to be able to just do it naturally. You got that?
Yeah.
And back to the trampoline and the budgies, and tap between your eyes, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Wherever it comes from.
Wherever it comes from.
I release and let it go now.
I release and let it go now.
Beside your eye, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
And everything that's supporting it.
And everything that's supporting it.
It's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
Under your eye, I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
On your collarbone, I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
And I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Good job. And let's do it again. So invite your dad over to you, and will he come now?
It was just weird. Just now when we finished, I heard this thing go, pss, 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 but there's nobody here. I'm here at home on my own. That's why I looked and I thought, what the hell is going on here? That's weird.
Wow.
Anyway.
Maybe it was the cat
Calling
calling
me a little bit.
Oh.
Okay, let's go back to there. There. I'm there. I've got my little cat.
And your dad. And can your dad give you a hug now?
He's just got a smile on his face, just sort of like this love.
Good job.
And just a smile on his face.
Very good.
I'm kissing the cat and I'm cuddling it. It's all, because it's soft and it's all in my face and it's just...
Yeah. That's very good. And now I want you to give your dad a hug. And hold him as tightly as he's holding you.
Yeah.
Good job. And now he whispers something to you that you really need to hear from him that's going to change everything for you. And you don't need to say what it is. Just let me know when he's done.
Can I say what it is?
You can if you want to. Yes, of course.
Your love is so pure.
Very good. That's lovely. Good job. And now you whisper something to him that he needs to hear, and let me know when you're done.
Okay.
Very good. Now hold him so tightly that he starts to drift inside you, where he stays safe. And you heal that part of you, and you work together to create the life you really want. And grab your wrist and take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Peace. Very good. All right. So now I want you to go back to that memory, and I want you to notice that you put the cat down. So you've been cuddling the cat and your dad is smiling, and that's lovely. And then you put the kitty down in her bed or on the sofa, and your dad shows you that same affection. He gives you a cuddle, a hug.
Yeah.
And you can feel the love between you, the connection between you and your dad. Can you feel that?
Yes.
Very good job. So now I want you to play that memory through and let me know when you're done.
Can I talk it? Because if I don't talk it, it keeps going all over the place.
Yes, talk it through.
It's like Mom and Dad have come in with these two kitties.
Yeah.
And I've taken the white kitty, and I'm just looking up at Dad with like absolute awe and wonder because of this lovely little fluffy thing, and I'm kissing it and I'm cuddling it, and then I go up to him and I say thank you, and I just hold him, and he holds me.
Very good.
I just say thank you. I just love this kitty.
Very good. And can you feel the love from your dad as well?
Yes.
And I want you to hear your dad saying to you how much he loves you. Can you do that?
Yes.
Very good. Good job. Grab your wrist. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace.
Yes.
So now I want you to run that new memory through again. And I want you to notice that when your dad and your mum come home, they give you the kitty, but also there's something else. Your dad's going to do an activity with you. What activity did you love at that age? What game or activity did you love?
Gosh. Oh, riding on his back.
There you go. So let's do that. So you're riding on his back. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Very good. And play it through again. You can talk it out loud if you like.
So they come in with the two cats, the kittens, and then I take the little white kitten, and I'm just absolutely blown away by this gorgeousness and love of this little thing, and I'm holding it so tight and cuddling and kissing it, and I look up at Dad with absolute love and gratitude, and I just go to him and I hug him and I say thank you so much, Dad, and then he tells me how it's just so sort of like, he doesn't say it in those words, but he just says it's so nice, sort of nice to see you just being able to love like that.
Very good.
And then we just, you know, the kitties, I put the kitty down and they're playing and we watch the little kitty for a little while.
Good job.
And then time goes on a little bit. You know, there's like, I don't know, maybe some cookies and tea or whatever. And then when we're outside and then playing on his, riding on his back, and he's on his paws and we're riding on his back.
Very good job. And you can feel that connection between you and your dad.
Yes.
Good job, Sue. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace.
Peace.
Good job. I want you to run that through again one more time, last time, just to make it solid in your head. And again, you can either do it in your mind or you can say it out loud, whichever.
I'm going to try to do it in my mind this time.
Okay, lovely.
Okay.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace.
Peace.
Very good. Do you have a pen and paper near you at all?
He said, great, got it.
Very good. So just take a moment to write a few words down just to remind yourself of this new memory now. Very good. All right. There's cabaret going on behind you.
That's this old Sam. He's so old he can't retract his claws and he's all watery.
He's beautiful though. All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So so let's now go forward to, so what happened to Snow, by the way?
Well, I had him for 12 years and then, no, actually maybe not 12 years. Maybe about 10 years. And then we came back from school. This was when we were still, when we left my gran and we were going to school, but we were going to boarding school, and we came back and then Mum and Dad said that they had found Snow and he had been killed, and they think that an eagle had tried to catch him.
Okay. And how do you feel about that when you remember that now?
No, that doesn't worry me.
No emotion there. And how did you react at the time?
Yeah.
What emotions were there at the time?
Like shock.
Yeah. Okay, good. Let's go there. Let's clean that up. Okay. So I want you to go back to that time. So you're about 14 years old?
Yeah.
Very good.
And although I didn't see it, I have...
You have a vision of it?
So much, but I did have a very strong vision of him.
That's right. You would do. Yeah. That's a very good example of how when we're told stuff, our mind forms the pictures for it. You know, forms the memory as if we'd seen it. So let's go there. So look at that memory, and so as you see whatever you see there with Snow and the eagle, any emotions there?
Not now, no.
Okay, good. So what's there visually or audibly or?
Maybe there is something. I'm just having to. I'm burying it. I think.
Yeah. Yes.
Because there's a slight tension in this part of my throat.
That's it. Good job. Notice that you got it. And now we're going back to the trampoline. And now on the trampoline, the squirrels have all, the budgies have all gone. And oh, the cat just landed on
my arm. Oh, Spiky.
All right. So notice that tension in your throat. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. And now back to the trampoline. And now on the trampoline is a caterpillar trying to jump on the trampoline. Tap between your eyes. Release and let this go.
I release and let this go.
Beside your eye, it's okay to let it all go now.
It's okay to let it all go now.
And your eye, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
It's over now.
It's over now.
Safe to let it go.
And it's safe to let it go.
On your collarbone, I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Good. Now check again. So when you think of Snow and the eagle, that tension in your throat, is it still the same or has it changed?
No, it's changed. It's sort of like that picture that I had in my mind for so many years, and I still have it vaguely there. Mm-hmm. It's also sort of like misty almost.
Very good. So notice what's still there. Notice what's still left. You got it?
Yeah.
Back to the trampoline, and now there are 5 caterpillars in a row on the trampoline trying to jump. And tap between your eyes. I release and let this go.
I release and let this go.
Beside your eye, it's all over now.
It's all over now.
A long time ago.
A long time ago.
And Snow is happy and safe now.
And Snow is happy and safe now.
And your eye is safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
On your collarbone, and I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Good job. Let's go back again. So when you think of snow now and the eagle, what's there now?
Oh, now it's a different picture.
Very good. What's there?
It was actually not that great. It's like the eagle's got snow.
Very good. Notice that. You got it? And back to the trampoline. And the caterpillars now have decided to do the can-can. So you know the can-can, you can hear the can-can music, and the caterpillars are doing the can-can. Tap between your eyes. I release and let this all go now.
I release and let this all go now.
Beside your eye, it's okay to let it go.
It's okay to let it go.
Under your eye, I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
On your collarbone, it's safe to let it go.
And it's safe to let it go.
Between your eyes, it's safe to see things differently now.
It's safe to see things differently now.
Beside your eye, it's safe to be happy.
It's safe to be happy.
Under your eye, it's safe to be safe.
It's safe to be safe.
On your collarbone, and I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace. Very good. Let's go again. So when you think of snow now, what's there now?
Well, that picture is also just sort of like it's like on tissue paper.
Very good. Yes, I do. Very good. Notice that you got it. And back to the can-can caterpillars on the trampoline, and tap between your eyes. I release and let that go.
I release and let that go.
Beside your eye, it's all over now.
It's all over now.
Under your eyes, time to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
On your collarbone, and as I let this go,
and as I let this go,
my whole world changes.
My whole world changes.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace. Good. And let's check again. So when you think of snow now, what's there now?
That him being carried away is still there slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And what's taking its place is just this sort of like, just the wholeness of him and my love for him. It's just like this
very good
big thing.
Good job. So that's what we want. So notice that little bit that's left of him being carried away. You got that?
Yeah.
Good job. Now take your focus off it, back to the trampoline and the can-can caterpillars, and there are now 10. There are 2 rows of 5 now of caterpillars, and tap between your eyes. I release and let this go.
I release and let this go.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Wherever it comes from.
Wherever it comes from.
I release and let it go now.
I release and let it go now.
Beside your eye, whatever this is.
Whatever this is.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
And everything that's supporting it.
And everything that's supporting it.
It's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
On your collarbone, and I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
And I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say
peace.
Very good. All right, so let's go again. So when you think of snow now, what's there?
Just snow.
Very
Just this beautiful white animal.
Very good. So invite him over to you. Will he come?
Yeah.
Good. Give him a hug. And now Snow has a message for you. And just receive.
Why do I feel like I want to cry?
It's good. It's okay. It's a release. That's good. So Snow has a message for you. And just receive it and let me know when he's done. You can say it out loud if you want to, but you don't have to.
Okay.
Good. And you whisper something to Snow that he needs to hear, and let me know when you're done.
Okay.
Very good. Now hold him so tightly that he starts to drift inside you, where he stays safe. And he's with you always. and you heal that part of you, and you work together to create the life you really want. Oops.
Yeah.
And so you're never alone. He's with you all. So from that age, from 4 years old, he's been with you all along. You got that all the way through your life. Snows has been with you. Good job. Grab your wrist. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace.
Peace.
Very good job. All right. So now I want you to just make a note on your piece of paper there of the message that Snow had for you.
Can't remember what it was.
Oh, that's okay. If you can't remember then.
Yes, now I got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very good. All right. So now let's go to Percy. I want you to remember, when you think of Percy now, what's there?
It's like an angel.
Very good. And when you think of, so when after he died, you had that feeling that there was something missing. Can you still remember that feeling? Have you still got that?
I suppose it's pretty much similar to what I'm feeling now with Mitzi being gone.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to get to Mitzi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just this sort of loss.
Good. Notice that loss. You got it? And take your focus off it and back to the can-can caterpillars on the trampoline. Tap between your eyes. I release and let go of the loss.
I release and let go of the loss.
Beside your eye, it's time to lose the loss.
It's time to lose the loss.
Beside, under your eye, it's safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
On your collarbone, I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
I can keep the love.
I can keep the love.
And the good memories.
And the good memories.
And let go of the pain and the loss.
And let go of the pain and the loss.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, say peace.
Peace.
Okay, so check again. So when you think of Percy, what's there now? Is the loss still the same or has it changed?
Yeah, it's like I couldn't do enough for him.
Very good. Notice that feeling of I couldn't do enough for him. You got it?
Yeah.
And back to the can-can caterpillars on the trampoline. And you can hear that music going and tap between your eyes. I release and let that go.
I release and let that go.
Whatever it was, it's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
Beside your eye, it's okay to let it go.
It's okay to let it go.
Under your eye, I've always done the best I could with what I had at the time.
I've always done the best I could with what I had at the time.
On your collarbone, it's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Very good. And check again now. So when you think of Percy, what feelings are there now? What's there now?
Much more peaceful.
Good.
I accept that I went over and above what I could have done for him.
Very good. That's it. And it was his time to go. So you couldn't have kept him here because it was his time to go. And he left with you some gifts. The gifts of, so all the lovely memories that you do, all the love that he gave you, the love between you that you gave each other.
Yeah.
Those are gifts that you get to keep.
Yeah.
So that's still with you.
Yes.
And you can let go of all the negative stuff. So let's, so notice that feeling, that connection between you. And what's your favorite memory of Percy, if you have one?
Oh gosh, when he used to walk in, when it didn't matter if it was 1 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. He'd always come and he'd go, Ma, as though he was saying, Ma.
Oh, lovely.
Always announced his thing, and
Arrival.
the way his little feet would walk on the
Ah,
these
lovely.
little floppy, soft grey feet would walk on whatever he was walking on. The way he walked was just too sweet.
Very good. So I want you to remember that now. Remember his call, his meow, his ma, and his little feet going on the floor. And whenever you think of him, I want you to remember this now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is your memory that replaces everything else. Very good job. And can you feel that love between you?
Oh, yeah.
Good job. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace.
Peace.
Good job. All right, so now let's go to Mitzi. So when you think of Mitzi now, what's there?
Sad.
Good job. Notice the sadness. Now take your focus off it, and now we're going back to the trampoline and the can caterpillars, and they keep tripping over the skirts. And tap between your eyes. I release and let this all go now.
I release and let this all go now.
Beside your eye, it's okay to let it go.
It's okay to let it go.
Under your eye, I've always done the best I could with what I had at the time.
I've always done the best I could with what I've had at the time.
On your collarbone, I'm safe as I'm letting it go now.
And I'm safe as I'm letting it go now.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Very good. And check again now. So when you think of Mitzi, what's there? Is the sadness still the same, or has it changed?
It's changed a little bit, but it's God, what is it?
That's okay.
I suppose it's not knowing where she is, what's happened to her.
Okay, very good. So notice that feeling of not knowing where she is and what's happened to her. You got it? And back to the trampoline. And those poor can caterpillars, they need to hem those skirts up a little bit because they're too long for them. And tap between your eyes. I release and let this all go now.
I release and let this all go now.
Beside your eye, it's okay to let it go.
It's okay to let it go.
Under your eyes, safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
On your collarbone, I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
Between your eyes, it's safe to see things differently now.
It's safe to see things differently now.
Beside your eye, it's safe to be happy.
It's safe to be happy.
Under your eye, it's safe to be safe.
It's safe to be safe.
On your collarbone, and I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Very good. So let's go back again. So Mitzi, when you think of Mitzi, what's there now?
Her dipping her feet in the water.
Very good. Did she shake them?
She was just fascinated with the water. She put a little foot in like that and shake a little bit and then lick it.
Ah, sweet. Lovely. Very good. Any pain or loss or confusion? Negative left. I think you're breaking up a little bit there. Are you frozen?
Yeah, it's sort of like there's, I miss her, you know, like.
Good. Notice that.
It's like I wish she'd give me a chance.
Yes, good. Notice that feeling, you got it? And back to the can caterpillars, and they're starting to do tricks now. So some of them are standing on each other's backs, so they're making towers. And tap between your eyes, I release and let it go.
I release and let it go.
And let go of that loss.
I let go of that loss.
Beside your eye, it's safe to keep the love and the good memories.
It's safe to keep the love and the good memories.
And let go of the pain and the loss.
And let go of the pain and the loss.
Under your eye, it was her time to leave me.
It was her time to leave me.
And I'm safe to keep the good stuff and let go of the bad.
And I'm safe to keep the good stuff and let go of the bad.
On your collarbone, she'll always stay in my heart. She's always with me anyway. Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace.
Peace.
What's the funniest thing Spike's ever done?
On my son's 21st birthday in October,
Uh-huh.
there was this great big dog, I think like a Vine Morana or something like that. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
And that a friend of my son's had bought with her because we just had a party here in the day. And Spike just went for this dog, and the dog yelped and ended up landing on its back.
Oh!
And it was sort of, it happened so quickly, and the dog just got such a fright and was so terrified. It ended up on its back.
Oh, bless it.
With this doddery old, bent-legged, 20-year-old, 21-year-old cat.
Brilliant.
Bang.
He took care of that.
Another one up.
Very good.
Bites the dust.
Very good. All right. So now think of Mitzi, and what's there now when you think of Mitzi?
Yeah, that same thing.
What's that? When you say the same thing?
Like I just want to give her another chance. I want her to give me a chance.
Okay.
Or another chance or whatever. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just sad.
So now when you feel that feeling of, I want her to give me another chance, where else have you felt that? Where in your childhood did you feel that? I just want them to give me another chance.
I don't know.
You don't have a memory. That's okay.
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay, that's okay. So just notice that feeling of, I just want another chance. I just want her to give me another chance. You got that?
Yeah.
Good. Now take your focus off it and back to the trampoline and the can caterpillars in their frilly skirts, and tap between your eyes. I release and let that go.
I release and let that go.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Wherever it comes from.
Wherever it comes from.
I release and let it go now.
I release and let it go now.
Very good. Beside your eye, whatever this is.
Whatever this is.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
And everything that's supporting it.
And everything that's supporting it.
It's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
Under your eye, I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
On your collarbone, I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
Very good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Very good. All right, let's go back again. So when you think of Mitzi now, what's there now?
Well, not that.
Oh, good. So I thought you were referring, is that Spike meowing in the background?
Yeah, he's got a, he does it a lot.
Oh. Okay, so what's there now when you think of Mitzi?
Okay, Mitzi. Amusement.
Good job.
Like her craziness.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good. So invite Mitzi.
There's still something that wants to pull me into that kind of feeling.
Good, good. Notice that. You got it?
Yeah.
Good job. And back to the trampoline with the can caterpillars and their can skirts, and tap between your eyes, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Wherever it comes from.
Wherever it comes from.
I release and let it go now.
I release and let it go now.
Beside your eye, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
Everything that's supporting it.
And everything that's supporting it.
It's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
On your collarbone, under your eye, I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
On your collarbone, I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
I'm safe as I'm letting it go.
Good job. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Good job. Let's check again. So when you think of Mitzi, anything, what's there now? What's left?
Just the sweet things that she did, like the way she walked, her little funny legs, and how she always was come and want to sit on my lap.
Good.
Even if it was just really uncomfortable and inconvenient, she'd want to be on my lap.
Very good.
And then she'd come in the night and she'd lie next to me for a little while. And most mornings she was lying next to me.
Very good. So I want you to imagine her in front of you now and invite her over to you. And will she come?
Yes.
Good. Give her a hug.
Yeah.
Hold her tightly, and she has a message for you. And just receive the message and let me know when she's done.
Yeah, I got it.
Good job. And you whisper something to her and let me know when you're done.
I've got done that.
Very good. Now hold her so tightly that she starts to drift inside you, where she stays safe and she's always with you. And you heal that part of you and you work together to create the life you really want. And grab your wrist, take a deep breath, blow it out, and say peace.
Peace.
Very good. You can open your eyes. And how do you feel?
Much easier.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. So keep replaying those good memories of Mitzi.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the others, because it's all
Yeah.
linked. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the most important thing is to start working on nurturing yourself
Yes.
the way you were nurturing her. So
Okay. Yeah.
take this opportunity to really treat yourself with kindness and love. And when you come across a resistance to that, go back, find the memories, change them. So the idea is to literally rewrite your childhood.
Yeah.
All the bad memories and just change them the way we did this. And practice those new memories you wrote down. You know, just read them and then remember, just play it through in your head. And do that at least twice a day. Morning, I feel the best is like before you go to sleep, when you wake up in the morning.
Okay.
So that you maintain those new connections in your brain.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well done. Good job.
Yeah, gosh, that was lucky that I was the only one.
I know. It worked perfectly.
Wow.
Well done, Sue. And we've come to the end of it now, time-wise. So any questions before we end off?
No, not at the moment.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Keep going and well done. Good job.
Thank you.
Sending lots of love.
Thanks a deal.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. Cheers.